is gonna be gnarly, kids!
Oh yeah!
I ordered it the first day it came out, and I was still in my cast, and I couldn't even, when it got here, I couldn't even ride it because I still had a pretty bad concussion and concussion symptoms, and my wrist was still broken. So I bought a bike I couldn't ride, which is totally cool, right? Where else have we ridden? So we did Duthie Hill, Swan Creek, Port Gamble, Stevens Pass, that's lift access, Raging River. Raging River's sick. So I've done everything from green, fun, flow trails with minor jumps all the way up to black diamonds, especially as a beginner. So I'm not a professional mountain biker.
I'm not professional.
It's hard. I remember when you were doing yours and I was getting frustrated. I was just like, why? Just talk about it. You like it so much. Why can't you talk about it? Where'd my partner go? Where'd Jake go? This is ridiculous. Jake? I know how to get him here.
Oh, Dad, I was just playing Fortnite.
Really like the fork on this bike. It's a RockShox Recon, air fork, 130 millimeters of travel. And what I really like the best, and I've never really had an air fork before, or this is actually the nicest bike I've ever owned.
RockShox.
And the thing I like about this air shock, and probably any air shock out there, is that you can adjust it to your weight. So I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. I like it a little more stiff. There also has the lockout, which I actually never feel I need to use. Yeah, we climb all the time. We probably did 5 miles the other day of climbing at Port Gamble, and never once did I feel that I need to go down and lock it out. It just doesn't bob. Where the hell did Jake go? Jake? I know how to get him here.
Enough shooting.
He tore me up. Enough about the fork. I really like the fork. It's really nice. The other thing I really enjoy about this bike is the brakes. These brakes are absolutely amazing. Now before this I had rim brakes, and then I had the mechanical disc brakes on the hook, and then I switched directly over to these Shimano hydraulic disc brakes, and I've never felt anything like them ever. They are totally amazing. Generally I only have one finger to do all my stopping power. That is it. That's all it takes. I can bring this bike to a screeching halt just with one finger. Sometimes if it gets super gnarly, techie, whatever, I'll keep 2 fingers on it just just so that if my finger slips off, I don't want my finger to slip off right going down like some steep tech. I'll just end up on my head, and I end up on my head too much. All right, so while we're looking at it too, up close here, these bars, now they are super wide. They're super wide, and I like that a lot. My first bike my first bike I had until recently was a 90s model $50 Trek I got off of Craigslist. I'm told that's how a lot of people start mountain biking. Then it turns into a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 bike really quickly. But its bars were super narrow. So when I got on this bike, the bars were super wide and awkward, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this or not. They feel kind of weird. But after giving it a good go, I don't think I could ride narrow bars again, like ever. These are amazing. Going over routes, you can hold your wheel straight and bike straight, and there's something going on behind me. I think he was playing Ninja.
So, yeah, I absolutely love the wide bars. I would not trade them in.
One disadvantage of them is a lot of trails still are built with more narrow bars in mind. So you have to do some finagling to get between some of the trees. Look at my sunflowers. Not every time, but anyways, I added a dropper. I added a race face dropper post, and it is super sweet. If I can't even imagine riding mountain bike trails without a dropper anymore. $150 for this race face dropper, and has 125 millimeters of travel, and I'm 5'10". With this geometry, it is way plenty enough travel for me. What do you cool factor is the cranks are race face, and it has the DB4L pedals. The shifting is SRAM NX 1x11. On his bike, he has the exact same SRAM NX shifting, and I mean, what do you think about it?
I like it. I think it's a good shifting for any kind of rider, even if you're not in shape, even if you are in shape, and pretty much everything, you know.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it's good for everything.
It's good for everything, he says. I agree. I absolutely agree. A lot of people say that, or have said that, oh, it's a heavy bike or whatever, but I don't know the weight of it, but it doesn't feel too heavy to me. Can you pick up my bike?
Let's see if it's one hand.
Okay, so I don't know, and I'm not worried about weight. If I was, maybe I'll lose 20 pounds myself, right? I'll lose the weight of the bike out of my ass somewhere. No, I like it. I like it a lot. That's I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Watch this, everyone.